What's up, everyone? And thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Duality Podcast, where we go from the inside out, we turn our dreams into the reality, and we stop all the wishing and we start taking action. And in today's episode, guys, we have my three main dudes here. We have Mr. Ian Perez, Victor Rivera, and Chris Zora. You want to stay tuned to the end, or not to the end, but to the middle, because we're going to be talking about a juicy topic. And I always say juicy, but there it goes again. Right before the breakdown is your breakthrough, right? Our darkest moments. What are we going to be able to do with these? How can we learn? How can we use those dark moments to keep forging forward? And we're going to be sharing our experiences and all that great stuff. But we must talk about the accountability part, guys. We have our wins and our losses. We're going to discuss one win, one loss, but most importantly, what did you learn in your loss? So that way next week we can keep moving forward and progressing. So Victor Rivera, the whole thing, right? It felt like a principal when I said it. Victor Rivera.
I know. I feel like I was in trouble.
Office, please.
But hey, what's up, everyone? So hey, good to see you guys. Wins and losses, man. Today's been like this week or the past week has kind of been steady. Not much going on. It's been kind of calm seas. But as far as I'm just going with the win. Just learning through. Kind of the book I'm reading. So I'm reading about relationships. I deal with people, not only just in general, but like in a digital age, the age of Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So pretty good stuff. A lot of the stuff is already kind of come natural to me when it comes to like, interacting with folks and things of that nature. But some other things that were kind of enlightening. So I'll say, that's a win. And then finding just really little time to read. Like I'm reading like 2 pages at a time, but I'm like the turtle, little by little, the caterpillar, little by little, getting
consistency, bro. That's what matters.
And so, but I need to hit it hard here in a few because we're 10
coming up
10
on that month, bro. What would be like?
So I definitely want to, because I got a bunch of books. I got a bunch of books for the year as my Christmas gift. I actually had the list, and Liz got me those books. So I need to like get it. I have already books. Like I screenshotted them. I'm like, oh, this is a good one. I'm like, I have it like ready down the line because I can't wait to get to it.
Real quick, so what? I always love sharing nuggets and all that good stuff. Give us one nugget from the book so far that you didn't know, but now you know.
Not much that I didn't know. I'm still like in the first 3 chapters, which is
he's in the first chapter, second page.
Yeah, second page.
But, the shout out was a pretty good start.
But something I can share so far is that no matter professionally or personally, kind of the secret sauce, just to break it down, is it just really showed that you're genuine and care about someone, and really do like go out of your way to do something good for that person, like a good deed, right? Show that, be there for someone when they really need it, and that really is gonna earn the trust and like build the relationship to where when you need something, or you in need, or you need of support, that person or that group of people will be there for you. So the author tells a story that they had like I want to say a maid, but like a personal assistant of some kind. And then her daughter got really sick. It was like in the middle of the night, and she got really sick. She called them because they're like the closest thing. She was freaking out, and then the middle of the night, they went and went to her house, right? And as soon as they came to her, they saw she physically was going, didn't know what to do, but she calmed down as soon as they got there, and they were there. They took her to the hospital. So they were there for her during that time that it was that she needed someone. And then from then on, like that relationship like grew tenfold. And then she's been the biggest advocate for her business and everything like that. So a lot of blessings has come to that. And then she's done that for other people. Like, hey, she's been there for them. And then, it's been something that she says that as a business, she didn't really have to like market, like pour in dollars for marketing as far as her business, but that other people, because she's built that relationship, other people have done it for her. Man. And she always has a good stream of like clients and things like that.
that kind of reminds me of what Ian sent us a picture today of the message. Ian, you want to say something about that message? I don't know all of it. I just got a glimpse of it, and I got what the piece I took.
No, it's just part of that devotional book, and literally the title of the little devotional is "The Humble Road to Greatness." And it's basically just saying, I mean, they're worded as being a slave to others, but like you're being so blessed with so much, that the fruitfulness isn't really just on what you're getting; it's what you're giving out into the world because of what you've been able to earn or get. Just kind of keeps you grounded. You know, it allows you to stay humble and not get too big of a head. You know, of course you're doing everything you can, gaining a lot of income, but the true gift, I think, is being able to share that with other people, help them out too.
I think Will Smith said it. Like, if your mission or your why isn't about serving, you're really not living. It's like the ultimate gift, right?
Yeah, I think everyone that I feel that's like it's successful, like at the top echelon of folks, they're always giving back.
Not just because of taxes, but because they're hard.
Maybe
a little bit of both.
Maybe just a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
But I would say a lot of folks, not just maybe top echelon, maybe that was a little too extreme, but also a lot of people that they're wealthy or able to give back. They do it, and they get so much in return. They
have a different perspective. Not so many people just think because they're the echelon, they're the top of the top, that they're selfish. And really, these people just really found their gift, they found their calling, found their purpose, and they got blessed because they never gave up on those opportunities, right? And I love how you would just say the upper echelon. This goes for everyone from all different levels. If you're just willing to serve and give, you're going to be blessed. And
get that in return.
You're going to get that in return 2 times, 3 times. It's, you may not get it now. It may be like 5-10 years from now, but it doesn't matter. You're just here to serve and without any return. That's when the blessing truly happens. Mr. Chris, there goes the Mr. again. Mr. Chris Zora. What's up, man? Win or loss, brother?
Before I get to the win and loss, I was just going to say about what we were just talking about. When I actually first started my self-development, or like very early on, one of the very first books I read was called The Go-Giver.
Somebody told me about that book.
And it's an amazing, I mean, it's a short book. It's really easy read, but the story behind it is great. And it's basically serving others, and in return, you'll get so much more. But back to the wins and losses. A win was, I mean, Vic kind of saw it. Like, I got a bunch of books for the year, at least for the first couple months. A few of them were.
You bought them?
Yeah, I bought them.
You don't do Audible?
No, I'm contemplating doing that.
Okay.
I've been thinking about maybe reading like a book, like a quarter, but actually listening to other books every month.
Props to you, bro, for reading.
I just haven't gone to that point because like the Audible obviously is good. You're still getting the information, but I also want to develop the skill of reading. And
reading develops a lot of develops another skill itself. Totally understand.
So,
vocabulary.
But so like a lot of those books, or a couple books, were recommended by Anthony, the last guest we had.
Yeah.
And so I picked some up, and hopefully they end up speaking to me the same way they spoke to him, or at least I can take a lot from it.
So don't overskip that. You went to who to get recommendations about a book?
Anthony, who wrote his own book. And it was actually a really good book for anyone who didn't read it.
Fire book. Read the book like in 2 days because it was that good.
Yeah, great book. So if you need a book talking about fatherhood or just self-development in general, like First Generation Father by Anthony Blankenship. But a little plug out there for him. But my loss, I just found out this hairstylist I've been seeing for the last 4 years is moving out of town.
Ooh, tough.
So that I kind of was expecting it. Like the last time I saw her, she was telling me that they were considering it. But then this time, like she told me I was actually the first person she told, like out of her clients, and I was.
Have y'all ever had that
kind of a
happen?
bummer.
That's a huge, bro. People touching our hair. That's a huge responsibility that we give to people, right?
Yeah,
Not everybody gets that opportunity to touch a person's hair. We don't just give it to anybody. That relationship is built over time. Have y'all lost a barber before?
So I didn't lose a barber. I moved. Like I was on that move from Cali
yeah.
over here.
Oh, okay.
I was going to a barber since I was like 10 years old. So I was going to the same one. 10 years old. Now I'm like what 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
Like 23. So it's like almost half of my life. Stay barber. I had to move out here. It was hard trying to find someone.
It's like dating, bro. It's like having to
Yeah.
date a whole barber, get to know their story. Do you like the cut or not? Then it's awkward to go to another barber, even if it's in the same. That's really awkward. If you go to the same barber shop and then you go to a different barber,
Oh, the same location.
same
Yeah.
location, and they're like looking at you, looking at them, and you're like, oh, shit.
That happened to me, dude. That happened to me. I was going to one barber. He was cool. He was good. He was cool. But then I don't know, like one time he wasn't available. I was like, man, I need a cut. Like, I don't know. I was going somewhere. It was a special occasion. I
Bro,
was like,
that's
man, I
their
got-
worst
So
nightmare.
I looked up another person and I went, and then and I ended up liking him a lot. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he even cut a little bit better than the other one. Again, it was still like in between, like, and I was like, oh dang. And then he moved to another spot, and it was in the same spot as that other person.
Yeah.
Like a month later, he moved into that spot. I was like, that's a little awkward. But
And you just locking eyes with that other guy while you're getting your haircut.
That's
by the
like
new
a
guy.
barber's worst nightmare is when
Yeah.
they're not there and you're like pinched and you need to get a haircut because you like have an event.
yeah.
That's a worst nightmare for a barber. It's like, bro, you're gonna find out real fast. Do you do a good job? Because if they don't come back to your ass,
And the other
you
person
fucking
did
do a good job. You
That's
got
what happened.
outperformed. Now that happens
Yeah.
to me quite often, actually. You know,
But-
I get caught in a pinch. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I gotta go to somebody.
Yeah, and now the barber I go right now, same thing happened. The other dude was not available. I went to another one, went to him, and then he cut good hair. So I'm sticking with you.
Yeah.
And then it's been now I just rotate. I rotate between like two people, but they're friends, so they know each other, which is cool.
They tag team on you, huh?
So I go like I feel bad too. So like if I go to one time, then I go to the other. Yeah, I'm like
you're trying to please two people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Like-
you know, you feel bad, like you cheated on someone. Exactly, right? You feel it? Do you feel that? Anyway, but, but I do got a lot of talking about barbers. Is that they freaking raise their prices,
bro?
So now
Oh,
my
I know.
barber is charging
The
like
fuck?
$40. $40. That means if me and my son go, that's 80. That's 80.
Listen.
Putting down. So now I'm spaced out. Like I'm like spacing out our haircuts. Me and my son is like I space them out.
I respect it, right? They deserve what they asked for. I totally get it, right? I've been going to, Alex. We did an interview on Alex
Right.
Morrison. He's been my barber for years. But he's made it to a high level, the highest level you can make as a barber, right? He started owning barbershops and still cutting. So his prices are echelon prices. I'm talking about 50 plus, right? And then when I saw that, I was like, yo, I got 5 kids, man, 4 kids, brother. Like, yo, understand, homie, I'm on the come up. I'm on a budget as well. So I no longer get my haircut by Alex, but he knows it's all love. I get my haircut right across from him. So that's like, it was like, first it was a little weird, but I was like, man, he understands, man. I got like 1,000 kids, bro. I'm on a budget.
Imagine paying $50. Use Jeremiah and dude, that's like
I got 4 boys.
$150.
No way.
God
That's a ton. We get it. If that was the case, we get haircuts. Was it quarterly?
Yeah.
And just be happy you don't have 4 girls, because women's haircut is even more.
Bro, now
Yeah, but it's not as often. Well, yeah. So like,
yeah, but you're looking at like $200-$300 a lot of the time. Like,
bro, I know what kind of maintenance you do. If you're a Mexican, bro, you getting the shit cut every 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Nah, like just for a cut, they're supposed to every 6 weeks for a girl. I just got my kids.
Bro, ask your wife when's the last time she got a cut. Not Chris's wife.
Chris is way like
Echelon
every other
over
week,
there.
right?
No, no, she's every
I
couple
told
months.
Elizabeth, like, man, I need you to like start man, I want you to like do what you want to do with your hair. Like, I know it's gonna be all the time. She's a little maintenance, but like, I want you to like, feel good about yourself. Do whatever you want to do. And then she still has it, and then she feels guilty about it. Cause it is like $200 whatever dollars, but that's like to get like the color, the curl,
It's a
whatever,
lot.
all that stuff. That's
I said, baby, you better go on Facebook Marketplace and look for people who practice.
dude. I
Go to a
did that
beauty
for a
school?
while. My
The
current
beauty
barber,
school.
my current barber, the one that's charging $40, I found him at the beauty school, and he was cutting it for like $10. I was like, hell yeah! And he was
I went to a barber school
good
in
barber,
college,
like,
and
I'm telling
they
you.
used to cut hair for free on
$10?
Tuesdays.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
at the barber school in Van Nuys, they used to cut hair for free on Tuesdays, and then they raised it to like $5. But still, I was like, but it just took so long. Like I couldn't even keep going there because they would have like 2 or 3 people having to cut it to like they would be helping each other out, and then it was like
yeah,
2
I milked
hours.
that.
Like, I can't
milked
do
my
it.
barber $10 for like 3 months, and then he graduated and
fun.
stuff. So they have to pay him regular rate.
My wife can't wait, bro. My wife can't wait till I make it, bro. She can't wait till I make it. She counting the days, like, bro, I'm about to splurge when this fool gets paid.
Like, I deserve it. Putting on with this.
Yeah, she putting up with this fool. Putting up with this broke ass.
That's what Elizabeth tells me. It's like, I'm sticking it through because when you make it, shoot, I'm gonna be right there. No other woman's gonna come in and just enjoy everything I worked hard for.
No, brother, I'm in it. I'm in it. All right, Ian, what you got, brother? Win or loss, homie?
COVID is a win and a loss for me.
Oh
yeah, I made it 2 years and it finally hit home. But yeah, thank God I was the worst. Like, I feel like my oldest had it from school and then gave it to my middle. Luckily, Steph and my youngest they haven't gotten it, but I'm the worst of it. I had a fever for a day and felt crummy for the past couple of days. But the win from it though, I realized like how much I'm taking for granted. Like, I'm appreciating all the little things, like being able like to kiss on my kids or play with them, or just literally sleeping in the same bed as my spouse, So
perspective. Life in your perspective, man.
Right.
Sure.
You don't know what you got until like
Until
you
you
have
lose
it,
it.
even if it's small things, right? The smallest thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like when I went to visit like my family in El Salvador, which is in Central America, like they don't have like wash and dryer. Like, so there's a lot of things that you hear, it's like, oh, it's a given. And like in a third world country, it's like, oh man, life is different. Like,
y'all bitching about hot water, and these dudes over here having to boil their stuff.
Dude, not even boils. I took cold showers over there, like literally cold showers.
Hey, I did a whole year of cold showers. I'm done with it. In my apartment, that thing never got hot.
Never heated.
Never. It was like, for real, 2-minute showers. Like, I'm trying to get in and out as fast as possible.
You're just like,
I'm like, damn.
I had one of those showers where like you get ready to go, like
back in the day,
like doing a polar plunge every day.
Hold your breath.
When I did the apartment, I didn't think about callous in my mind, doing hard shit, taking cold showers, the benefits. If I would have understood that, I would have tried to last it and like, really utilize what the cold showers could do for you. But at the time, I was unaware. I didn't have that information. And so when I was taking those cold showers, I was like, man, this shit's stupid. Like, man, I can't wait to get into a house, bro. Like, this shit's dumb. But now, I'm going to tell you in a little bit, I want to go back to cold showers. We shall see. I got a quick win or loss because we're having so much fun so early on. Having good times here, guys. My win is my loss. And it seems like my win is always my loss. And my loss is always my win. It seems like they always go together for me. But my win is my oldest son is fucking on fire, crushing life. All right. Just really all the development, all the shit that I've just kind of been doing. Nothing's forced upon my children except for 3 things, right? Because you have to set a standard for the culture that you want to bring your household up in, right? There's some kind of standard that you have to set. And I set that shit high. Every day we train our mind, we train our body, we train our soul, right? Every day, no matter what. Those are the big 3 we do in our household. And we've done that for a while. And I never seen my son take like so much interest, so much of like obsession, and so many of these traits where you need to have to become successful. And so, recently, about 3 months ago, he's really just turned us, or not 3 months ago, like a month ago. Yeah, we're still early on. Like a month ago, he's like turned the switch all the way up and like moving like how I'm moving and talking how I'm talking. And like you can see the energy, like he's super staying into this next level person. And so that's a win, right? Because as a father, you're always looking, you're always looking as a father of what you would leave behind, right? So most people would be like, yo, I have life insurance, my family's going to be set, they're going to have plenty of money. And I don't see it that way, right? Even if I die, yes, my family's going to be straight. There's almost $1 million when I die that they're going to get. But here's a quote: that good times builds weak people, right? So it's not about financial status when I leave. It's about what did I teach my children to become very strong so they can go out in this world and thrive. Like, what are the traits? What are the lessons that you get from the hardships, right? That's what I want to be able to leave behind. And so if I was to die today, I would have like for sure confidence that Jemiah would just pick up where the fuck I left off and teach Braden, teach Kai, continue this teaching of, yo, we're not just on this earth to just live day by day, try to hit a paycheck and just survive. We're on this earth to thrive. Like, we're put in a position to impact and grow and to like serve. And so it just like felt like a good moment in my heart lately that Jemiah has been able to like really see what dad's been working on for the past like 5 years of this like pursuit of entrepreneurship and living life on your own terms. And so my loss is he's kicking my ass and reading the same book I am. We're both reading David Goggins. And this feels like 3 chapters ahead of me. And I'm like deep and sound, I'm the person setting the expectations. I'm the freaking highest standard. I operate every day at the highest level possible to hopes to lead my children to want to operate at that level, right? And so this punk right here has been outdoing me in the book. And so I'm just like ready. So like, I'm ready to turn it up a notch. It's like, Fast and Furious. Everybody knows this movie, right? Fast and Furious, where Paul Walker races Vin Diesel, and he hits the NOS again. He's beating Vin Diesel, and Vin Diesel just waits, hits the NOS button at the very end and wins the race. And then he tells him, too soon, Junior. I'm gonna do that to Slice. I'm about to take his soul, bro.
Don't talk, man. Just do it.
Yeah. No, this weekend. No, there's plans. So that's my loss. My loss is he's kicking my ass. Right, cool. I had to take sacrifice. I had a new shift into my environment. I had to take back a little bit of my cardio because of Desi's not working. Got limited time. I got to be able to move. But the weekend, I was like, you know what? I just need to be able to show Jemiah, like, listen, bro, even when you're behind, you can still come back. And so I'm about to show this kid. I'm like, listen, I'm like 3 chapters behind you, and that's like 3 hours. These chapters are long. And so this weekend, I got a strategy, I got a plan. I'm about to say too soon, Junior, and come Monday, book's gonna be done.
So take off for like a 5-hour hike.
Right here, bro.
Listening
mindset
to the book.
I'm like, son, don't think you won too soon, homie. Too soon, Junior. Whoa, gets me excited, bro.
Leave it, Jonathan, to make it into competition.
I always leverage everything. I have to, man. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the actual topic, which is, it's just such a great topic, man, because if you learn how to leverage this, then you can be able to, make it to the next level in your life. And if you understand this, you'll be able, it would just make more sense for you and it wouldn't last as long. So once again, guys, we're going to be discussing, when you're in your darkest moment, when you're about to break down, right before the breakdown is your breakthrough. And I think everybody has experienced their worst times. Everybody experienced the bad moments. Everybody experienced where they felt like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Everyone has. And so I want to be able to, tell our stories of any experiences where you felt like things weren't going to get better. And then looking back, maybe you couldn't see it in the moment, but now that we are here and we're able to, use our step development, use the things that we learned to be able to look back and maybe extract, you know what, maybe because of that, I'm right here. And so, whoever wants to start off and, tell us, like, get a little bit vulnerable of like, yo, this was what happened. And maybe this is what triggered me. This is what changed me. Now looking back, I didn't see it in the moment, but now I do. Or you saw it in the moment. I don't know. What experiences do you have of your worst moments, of how maybe it was your best moment?
Yeah, man, I'll go first. And yeah, man, this is definitely a very vulnerable, I think, topic because I've had like very like bottom dark moments. I think we all have. And think for me, I'm more of like ashamed of, of those bottom moments because, when I started out young meaning like out of high school, stuff like that. Um like I had a whole life written out for me. Like I already had written out like how my life was gonna go, what I was gonna do,
A lot of people have.
and
Yeah.
all that, right? And I had all the support system behind me to do it. I had the desire, the drive, and just everything that I wanted to accomplish. I had no reason to doubt in my mind that I can accomplish it. But things turned like different, right? I made different choices that I knew was gonna take me to like in a different path. I still had my goals, still had my dreams. But man, I hit a lot of bumps along the road, a whole lot, a whole lot of bump roads. So, I had a son at a young age, was not mentally, emotionally prepared for fatherhood, and I want to think back on it, right? I did a lot of, learning as I go, right? As I became a father, I'm trying to figure out how to be a partner, how to, kind of maneuver being a provider, how to be a dad, so it's like a whole lot of things. And on top of that, I didn't know how to, like make money really, right? How to be smart about it, all those type of things, and have no discipline when it comes to, money, how to handle money, stuff like that. I just thought, oh shoot, I'll just go work, and shoot, I'll do everything, no biggie,
Yeah.
like,
It's easy.
did it.
I
I
got
can
it.
do it, And then first of the month came, I was like, oh crap, I need $500 more. It's like, God damn, I'm in a hole every month.
Oh.
It seemed like that like a lot of times, like, I was still going to school. That was my mindset, like, all right, I'm gonna get my own apartment with Liz. She was working at the time at her little job she had, and then I got this other job. I'm gonna go to school too. So I'm in the second year of college trying to do it, trying to work. And then, man, it was exhausting. And then again, we weren't making enough money at the time. We're in a hole. So the loan and the money that I had for school, I took that and put it into like, our apartment, pay our bills and stuff like that.
I remember that money. Everybody remember that money, the community money. Like, hey, here's like $1,500. Pay for your $300 worth of book, and then you got all this other money. You're like,
yeah. So, but I use it because we were in a hole. So, but that was like many of the years of financial struggle. Again, I just didn't know how to budget, how to do that type of stuff. And on top of that, like I said, we're kids, right? I'm 18. Elizabeth's like 17. She just had a baby, going through all these postpartum feelings and
emotions.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, man, she goes through a whole, roller coaster with her own self. So here are two kids trying to figure things out, struggling financially. So our relationship was like not good, for a lot of years. It just came like going as far as degrading to where the point that we just weren't good for each other, and we actually separated for a few months. And that was the lowest point for me, and that was just before I moved out here. We're separated, and then
You were down here, and you were down here when that
no,
happened.
I was still in LA. That was enough.
Oh,
I was still in
okay.
LA. Sorry, I was still in LA. And then so in those few months, like, man, I don't think I just came home. I moved out. I moved back with my parents. and then I just came home to sleep. Like I would work, come drive like an hour in traffic, sleep, and then from Thursday through like Saturday, I would just go out and party. Like that's how I would always hit the clubs. That's what I would do.
Just trying to take your mind off what the hell's going
Just
on, right?
trying
Just
to
immediate gratification to get your mind out of the
fill the void of what I was going through.
Wow.
But every time it was empty, bro. I was like, I wasn't happy. That was the bottom. Like every day was like sucked.
Wait, what age were you? 2 kids, spouse,
So
and you
that would
split.
be, so I'm 21, 22, around there. 21, 22. Man, it was
Ooh.
bad.
Ooh.
It was bad. And then I remember one time I got super wasted that I blanked out, and then it was like 2 a.m. and I was like, I kind of started to like come to, almost like, okay, sure. I was at the bus stop, like, and I'm like, crap. And then like
Naked.
I yeah, not naked. That was
Oh,
I had
okay.
clothes
Oh,
on.
my bad.
But I was like, I was just sitting in that bus stop. I'm like, just thinking about, shoot, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I
Yeah.
doing? And then I had a ride there, so I didn't have a ride home. I lost the person I came with. It's not somebody I knew. It was just a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah, we don't need to say her name.
Just and I was like, shoot. And then I called another one of my coworkers that I knew. He was out. He was also a party person at the time. And then I said, hey, you out? Yeah. Hey, can you pick me up? I'm here. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be there. It was like 2 a.m. And then I was like, all right, I need a ride to get back to my car. So he takes me to my car, and then I couldn't drive. Like I really couldn't drive very well.
Yeah.
Like I was bad. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave the car here. I was like, I can't. You know what? And then I called Liz, say, hey, this is happening, and can I stay over and just sleep it through?
Oh.
And then she was like, okay. So
Wow.
she dropped me off there. And then I just slept, like, just, and
You never left.
no, it was one of those things. And then so that was like the bottom for me, as far as like a breakdown, where I realized what I really wanted. Like, what you want, like, what do you want? Start reflecting about everything. Fast years, you guys taking responsibility, self-reflecting, and we're like, okay, so what went wrong, like what has been happening, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm making a decision to start fresh. And not knowingly, Liz was going through almost the same process, with her own journey in her own life. And then so eventually, again, we like had a conversation, we talked and stuff like that. We started really just focusing on ourselves first, before we even talked about, maybe we hadn't even talked about it. We were just kind of just friendly and stuff like that, just being cordial and things of that nature. And then obviously we talked like almost every day because it's our son and stuff like that. But we started just to really go back to finding ourselves and really repairing the damage we've done to ourselves. And then just kind of going from there. And eventually, we got to a good place, to we spoke, and then made a decision to hey, let's go at it, right, the right way. And opportunity, things happened. Like I lost my job at this time. I lost my job. Like it was like
It's spiral.
I had no money.
That's what had the whole storm.
Yeah.
The hurricane.
And so and then we decided to move out here, and so that was
Because of all that, y'all made that big decision to move out.
There was that, like, job, not finding one at the time, and then we needed something different, a change, And then our environment was not helping.
Yeah.
And so circle of people, the city, things like
Yeah.
that, things that were easier to at reach,
Oh my God.
and then
for
when you
sure.
and then it's like you got nothing to lose, right? And nothing to lose, but more is like, what do you really want? Like, what do you, to me, was this is where I want a family, I want to have this life. It's not gonna happen if I continue in this path, or this is easier to reach, or there's gonna be other things that are gonna come like in the middle of that. I was like, I can't sacrifice, I can't do it. Right. So I'm like, I need to, at that time, I wasn't at that discipline, that I would now. I can say I can move anywhere right now. I have the discipline to know, like, oh, nah, that's not, I got to stay away
Yeah.
from that. Back then, it's like, I wasn't there yet. But we know what we wanted. And then I think there's an opportunity to change. And then we both agreed it was going to be hard, but it was something that we're going to do for ourselves, for our family, and for our future. And, it's been a blessing making
Did
that
you take
decision.
anything back? Would
Shoot, I take a lot. I wish I could take a lot. I wish I could take a lot of things back. When I mean by that, meaning I wish I didn't have to do that to learn what I know now. There was a lot of things that I would have done different, right? Sometimes, you do have to go through things to learn. And then, but I wish I hadn't done it. Some of the things, like there's some of the things I could do without and still learn something.
yeah.
But as far as the experience, I would say
That
obviously,
needed to happen for you to be right here, man.
right? Yeah, all those things need to happen for me to be at this point, right? I wish I had a little bit more money, but that'll be fine. I wouldn't mind.
It's never gonna be
couple thousand.
enough.
Yeah, but no, all those things definitely got me to where I am. As far as that, there's always things I wish, like, man, I wish that wouldn't have happened, or I wouldn't have said that or done that. But we learned from that, and really got me to where I am now. And so I'm thankful and blessed that I have a family, and I have, so I would say a lot of things that we've gone through, not a lot of people are still together. And I just thank God, and I know that He's kept us together. There's a reason why we're still together, because a lot of folks, I think, for when we've gone through it, I don't think they would have survived. But we're still here. I think it takes something miraculous to happen to keep us together, and it did. So I'm happy. That would be, my bottom in how we've come up as far as that.
So who realized something needed to change? Was it you, or was it Elizabeth? Did Elizabeth go through a rock bottom like you did when you were going out every night?
Yeah, she was going through her own stuff as well. Like I said, immaturity and just not thinking things through. She went through her own, challenges and things like that, to a point to where, she was really depressed. She was in a depression. I didn't even know. We talked about this like after. And then, darkest point and things like that, to where she didn't want, to like keep going. She didn't want to live, like all those things,
Yeah.
like really hard depression. And I didn't know she was going through this stuff. And then, and I'm like not depressed, but I'm going through my own stuff, but I'm like, I'm doing something, to kind of cope with it in a different way. She's doing all this other stuff. But like not knowing, but we kind of both were almost in the same spot, but in their different lanes.
Yeah.
I started to notice changes in her a little bit, knowing that she was trying to invest in herself and just getting back to what she, who she truly is, and getting better in her. And when we were separated, and then that, made me think, like, man, I was like, I got to start doing something about myself too. And so,
What's one nugget from that whole bad situation that you can take from and be able to, like, if you're telling a story to your kid, what is one nugget you would give?
I would say, and it's funny because I actually had this conversation, not about this, but with my son. The one nugget would say, and I told him this week, was don't don't be too rushed to grow up, or too rushed to try to do something. Like enjoy the present, enjoying the phase of your life that they're in. Don't try to do too much too soon, because you'll eventually get to do those things, but don't rush to do it.
Yeah.
I think I thought I can handle everything. I thought I was smarter than I was, right? And then I was like, you can't tell me anything. Almost
Yeah.
like I know what I can do this. And so one night would be patient. Don't rush into things, especially when you're young. You think you don't know it all still.
It's a good
So
nugget, brother.
yeah.
I
And
told my son the exact
it's very
same thing this week.
cliche, right? We say it all the time, but it's true. And I told him, and I said, hey,
Yeah.
don't work. He wants to work. And I was like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. You'll
Hey.
work. You'll learn what hard work is eventually.
Yeah.
But it's like, don't go rush to it. Like enjoy your phase. You're 15, enjoy being 15.
Yeah.
Like enjoy being 15, bro. Don't try
You're
to
gonna
be 20.
You're gonna look
Yeah.
back like, damn.
Yeah.
I wish I had no responsibilities like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
No,
So
right.
one nugget will be that.
Yeah.
It's that in
That's a good
and-
fucking nugget.
Yeah. And I would say also you want to listen to good advice. I would say from all those, I had one, like, I wish that's one thing I would change. My aunt gave me an advice, and I wish I should have taken that advice.
We don't
I
take
did it.
advice. Like when you're young and mature, we don't take advice. And
Yeah.
I understand that. So when I give nuggets to Jemiah, I understand that he's gonna take it with a grain of salt, but I'm willing to watch him to hit that wall, whether he takes it or not. I'm not going to like push it anymore. I gave you the advice, whether you take it or not. I'm willing to watch you hit that wall, so that way you're like, oh shit, that was right. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah. So that would be a nugget as far as, if you're listening and stuff like that.
That's good.
Just enjoy the phase that you're in. If you're a young person listening, don't think you're smarter than you are. Just take your time, right?
You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there. Chris, Ian, what y'all got?
So mine's definitely not as deep and vulnerable as that. I mean, I already kind of talked about the.
You gonna
like,
tell the
when I
story about
was
you
supposed to-
streaking?
Not
Not that one. Not this spot. All right, maybe next time.
No, but I had already talked about like when I was accepted into San Diego State, and then they rescinded my admission. So I'm not going to talk about that one again. This one's definitely nowhere near as deep as as Vic's was, but it just made me think of when I was thinking of the topic, because I didn't want to say the same story again. It was I just thought back to 8th grade, and it was basketball tryouts. And of course, the basketball tryouts was the part of the week I had to be out of town because my parents just told us that we were going to be moving to Southern California.
It's the echelon life. Echelon life right here, guys. So,
no, it's not even close. But so I started the tryouts. I was doing pretty well. But then I had to miss a couple of the days because, like I said, we went down to Southern California because my parents we're looking for a house to move us to down there. And when I came back, like the tryouts were still going, but I kind of struggled because that's around the time when I found out that's why we were going down to San Diego or down in that area. So it kind of threw me off, like knowing that this is going to be like my last time to be able to do this with like my friends and everything over there in Tahoe. And so I kind of struggled with the rest of the tryouts. And like I know it seems like nowadays I'm not that great anymore, but I used to be really good.
okay.
Mhm.
Here we
And
go.
like there was probably only like 2 or 3 guys that were better than me at the time.
Bro, you're not great if 2 to 3 guys are better than you.
It should still be great.
All right, keep
But
going.
anyways,
Keep going, Chris. Keep going.
so the coach, for some reason, it seemed like he had something against me. But I mean, I was whatever. Like he ended up cutting me, but his assistant coach kept saying, no, he needs to be on the team. He needs to be on the team. He said that with me right in front of him. But the guy didn't want me there for some reason. It's like, so I was super bummed out. Like I was like, this is, like I said, it was gonna be my last time, to be able to play with my friends and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I still want a ball, because like at the time that was like my life. Basketball was everything to me. So
How much you pay
I
him?
joined. I didn't pay him anything. So I ended up joining a league like outside of like the school, and I was balling it up. I was doing really well, and one day I was in class, and then one of my teachers, I was a TA for a PE teacher at the time. He hands me a newspaper. I'm like, oh, what's this for? He said, open up to the sports section. So I open up to the sports section, front page, front and center. There's a picture of me on on the front of the sports page. And like,
Nice.
I was like, well, I obviously I'm doing something right, because I made it in the front page in middle school of the sports section of the local newspaper.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna look this
So
up, Chris.
I just want to know how much your parents paid for that.
they didn't even know about it either. I had to tell them when we got home, and they started going out to the grocery store trying to buy as many as they could. No,
Now-
but yeah, it was like, I just like, I was just like, well, I showed him, like, I was like, it wasn't even about him. I was just wanted to play basketball. But then
did you
when
play with a chip on your shoulder though? Because I mean, whether it was about him or not, if you can leverage is becoming my new word. If you can leverage that feeling to your advantage, then why not be about him if you're able to leverage it?
I mean, I guess to an extent there was that little bit of resentment towards him, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's why I was, because he wasn't involved in this league. So like I kind of wasn't, I don't think I was thinking about it, but it could have been subconscious. But I definitely came to play, and I just did like what I was gonna do, like what I planned to do for that team. And like our team, I mean, we ended up losing, I think getting third, but that's besides the point. But yeah, we were a really good squad. We made a couple of mistakes, but yeah, like just seeing the way I don't know if I showed more improvement because I just wanted to prove that guy wrong, or what it was, but I definitely I saw it as an opportunity to showcase my skills. And you were asking like the nugget that Vic had from his
Yeah.
story, and like for me, I was just
I'm
thinking
about to
like,
ask it. I was gonna ask it, Chris. You took it away
yeah.
from
So
me,
I was
bro.
like,
Damn.
if I was to tell anyone, it's like sometimes you can reach your destination, but it's not going to go. It's not going to take. You're not going to take the same road that you
Stop.
that you thought it was going to go. Like you might have a detour, but if you don't stop and you keep pushing forward, you can achieve. You can arrive at that destination.
So what I got from your story, Chris, is it's like the Michael Jordan. Just because you get cut doesn't mean it's the end of your destination. The mission's still the mission. We're gonna find a detour. We're gonna find a way. We're gonna find to make it happen. And it sounds like that's what you did in this situation. Whether you subconsciously try to prove a guy wrong or not, you leverage what you had. And I honestly think I love failure more than anything, because it just promotes so much lessons learned for improvement. And if you learn how to leverage it, let's go. And so it reminds me of my story of my son real fast. Just a quick little story. My son's always played baseball. He was always a shortstop, always had the best hands, right? He's very good with his hands, and just very good with his movement, shortstop. And he's always been a thicker shortstop. So he doesn't look like a shortstop. He looks like a goddamn third baseman. But I'm his dad, so he can move. So anyways, he would always get to this position where he tries out for shortstop and never makes shortstop, because they always pick the more faster and quicker kid. But I've always understood in the back of my mind, because I've been self-developing at this point, where, all right, son, this is like this is an occurring theme where every time we get on a team, you try out for this position, you don't ever get it. And so how are you going to adjust to that? What are you going to do? You're just going to settle for being the third base guy? You're going to settle for being second string? What are you going to do from that? And we leverage that feeling of, okay, you think that I don't deserve this position. I'm about to prove you wrong. And every single time, it just took one missed practice by the first string third shortstop. One missed practice, one missed game. It doesn't matter. One missed anything that gave Jeremiah the opportunity to be like, let's go. Like, this is my opportunity. And every single time, every time he had that opportunity, the other kid never saw the day of that position. And so it's always callousing the mind and, growing from those adversities. Like those are must. Those are freaking must, Chris. You have to get cut. You have to hit these walls in order for you to somehow, whether you subconsciously or not, you leverage what you had and you're able to hit it, bro. So that's an awesome story, man. Mr. Ian.
Try not to cough in your ear. But
Morpheus is calling your name. That's where I get the Mr. from.
The Matrix.
Mr.
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. There you go. Now I know.
There's actually a new Matrix movie coming out, I think.
Already came out. You can watch it right now.
Fire. I have to see it.
It's pretty good.
But a breakdown. I don't know, I feel like I've had a couple in my life. I'm just trying to think of which one I want to share. It's not a specific point, but I feel like probably between the age of 20 and 25, I was at a low point, not like in the depressed stage or going through some shit, but just mentally. I had no confidence as an individual or as a man. And it affected a lot of aspects of my life and made me do certain things and act a certain way. I would assume it's because it's around the time my parents got divorced. So you just kind of lose all identity just because your parents have been together for so long. Like, just like, fuck, if it doesn't work out for them, then how's it gonna work out for me? This and that. So I'm just thinking, like, the early years of Steph and I's relationship, probably the first 3 years, obviously like the honeymoon phase, but then there's a spot where just like all of my insecurities and anxieties just manifested like nothing but something and just caused shit. And that's like taxing. There's a lot of resentment that gets built up from that, like within yourself, like, because you're just making shit out of nothing and like they're doing something, but they're not. But then because of that, like they're trying to like feed my ego and pride and like make sure like you're calm, you understand stuff, but then like that gets taxing on her herself. That's probably, I would definitely say it's the lowest point because I feel like because of those things, it caused us to take a break for like 3-4 months. And I went like Vic. I was just like, I'm trying to drown shit out. Like my parents listened to this, so mom and dad, sorry, but you know, it happened. I'm alive. But
my parents saw me come to their house.
Yeah.
They know what happened.
But I just tried drowning stuff out. And at the end of that, obviously now me, Steph and I are married. We have 3 beautiful children. And I think because I went through that, I realized like your brain is a very strong thing, and it can either make you the strongest person in the world, or it could literally kill you from the inside out. And I learned, like, I mean, obviously there's still those thoughts that go through my head, right? But I'm at a point where I'm like, I mean, I credit it to my wife, my family, and you guys. Really, just like, it's not real. And if there is something that you're thinking of that's bothering you, there's a reason for it. You just got to figure out, what it is. It could be something that needs some serious work. It could be something as small as like changing a simple habit in your day. And I think for me, like, I'm nowhere near where I used to be, like, fitness wise. I'm probably the heaviest I've ever been in my life. But I'm also the most confident in myself that I've ever been in my life. Like, I know Steph loves me for my heart and for my soul instead of my body, where that was like the main thing that I was always concerned about from that early 20s age. So that's probably the nugget I would take is
like immaturity. That's just immaturity.
Yeah,
Right.
and it really is. I mean, you go through it, right? But I mean, if I could, and I've made a mindset to myself, and I try to teach them to my kids, like, I don't ever regret anything I've ever done in the past, because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be here. You just, you accept it, you learn, and you go from it. So if I were to tell myself not to do the dumb shit and like calm the fuck down, that'd be nice to know. But I know it now, so I can teach my kids and people that listen.
We don't regret nothing except that one time in Vegas, which never really happened for me. I'm just fucking bullshitting.
Like,
Give
when
me
did we
some-
go? Was it that good that I don't remember that we
No,
went?
it was actually pretty terrible. It was not what I thought it was gonna be. It was like getting baked in the oven, like your skin. It's just a different type of heat. And I had kids with. I took the whole family to Vegas and California, and we were like doing Disney. We did California for like 2 days, just kind of experience it. And I was like,
Interesting.
all right, I got kids. I can't really be out this late. I gotta get my ass home.
I went twice, and both times it was cold as hell.
Oh, you probably went to a different time. I went in the summer. So give me a nugget, my man. Give me a nugget from that dark time, during that dark moment of you just trying to figure shit out. Did you know in the time? I don't think at that age you don't know what the fuck's going on besides your life sucks, right? It's when you look back.
Yeah. Damn, I don't know how to word it, but
You can text it.
no, like it's simple, but it's so hard to like grasp in the moment, right? But it's gonna be okay. And even if it's not, that's still okay too. Because eventually,
That's
you're gonna get to where you're at, and you're gonna love it.
Whether it don't matter what decisions you make, bad or good, right? If you just keep forging forward, you'll find your path. So mine's fairly simple, guys. I experience a whole lot of fucking breakdowns all the time. It's like it's never ending. But from what I also noticed, I didn't notice it then in the moment when I'm about to quit and give up. And so the first story would be I'm working at 8 to 5. I freaking hate my life. I wake up, do the exact same thing every single day. I'm tired. There's no purpose. There's no passion into what I'm doing. I come home, I do the exact same thing. Eat dinner with my wife, watch TV, and wake up and like literally the exact same thing. It was so zombie-like, and I was just like, "Yo, is this what life has to offer?" And I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Right? You hit this wall. You're like, "Why am I even here? This is life. What is the even purpose of this? This shit sucks." Right? The culture has you have a career, Jonathan, you have a house, you have a car, you have a family. Be fucking grateful. God damn it. And then deep down in my heart, I was so unfreaking fulfilled that I was, just want to vomit. I was so sick and tired of this life. And that was my first breakdown. Something has to change, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm wanting more. I'm wanting something better. Something in my heart, it needs to be fulfilled. And that's how I made the leap to entrepreneurship. So that in that story itself, I turned this one moment and said, YOLO, I'm chasing the dream. Like, yo, literally next day, quit everything, right? And so, all right, I'm still not self-developed yet, so I don't really understand why that moment happened, right? I just felt the type of way, and I'm like, yo, I got to make a change in this moment. What if I had an opportunity to make it in the entrepreneurship realm? What if, right? I don't know. I'm just going to go chase it. The next moment, we made it to the entrepreneurship realm, and then now grinding my ass off, was able to work 4 jobs and do entrepreneurship, and able to quit all 4 jobs, right? And then keep the entrepreneurship. And then my financial status went to the shits because I wasn't really operating at a high level. And then I get to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm not making any money. This is not for me. I should probably quit. I can't afford anything at this point. All right. So the first one is I need to find a new career that's not very passionate for me. The second one is I can't even afford my house anymore. The house that I've been in for 10 years. You're an entrepreneur, Jonathan. What are you going to do? This is probably the lowest of the low. Is I've been in this situation, in this house, in this culture. I built this standard. This is how everyone's viewing me as like, Jonathan, you're successful, you're an entrepreneur, you have this house, you have the kids, everyone's doing great, right? But now like bills are getting behind. I'm not able to afford anything. Like there's no way out. I'm stuck. Right. I got something has to change. I'm crying on my bed, listening to motivational speaking. Now I'm like I'm into entrepreneurship. I'm starting to develop the mind. I'm starting to just gain different perspectives. That's all what develop the mind means. I'm just gaining different perspectives. And Gary Vee was on the radio, and it was like the pivotal moment. And he was like, fuck what everyone thinks. Fuck your status. Fuck everything. Go eat shit for the next 5 to 10 years. Like go back, like don't live the life that you want to live now. Go delay all that gratification and, live the life that you can afford and chase your dream. And so right then and there, that like hit me. I was in an emotional state where that message needed to be sent to me. And then I went on this journey of selling my house, living under my means, investing into real estate and doing all that. So there's a down moment, like back against the wall, kids, nice house. Don't want to take that from them. Don't want them to suffer. Don't want them to have to go through this, but we go to a 2-bedroom apartment, 5-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom apartment, gave everything we left. Everything we had, gave it away. Low moment. That's probably as low as you can get as a man, right? You're the provider. You're the guy. You're supposed to protect, provide, and do everything for your family. And I just went, I just took my whole manhood away for this big dream, right? And so now I'm starting to understand that right then and there, when I sold everything and I started to see this vision, like I started to see a clear ass vision from all this developing that I'm doing, that what I'm doing is actually what I need to do. All this suffering, all this grind is happening for me. I started listening to mentors. I started putting myself in different environments. And I really started at this point right here, I started to understand that all my darkest moments were meant to have my brightest days. Right when I was in my breakdown, I was about to hit the breakthrough. Right when I was at my falling super, super hard to the ground, I was going to rise up. And now to this day, here's what shifted. And I think this nugget needs to be said, that what I need everyone to understand, when you feel like there is no light at the end of the tunnel, when you feel like you're about to quit, I need you to understand that it's happening for you in this moment. You need to shift your mindset and you need to ask yourself, why is this happening to me? As in, what can we learn from it? Why not you? This moment is perfect for you to overcome, to get on the other side. And the easiest way to do it, guys, there's 2 different people when they get into their dark times, and we all play the what if. What fucking if? And majority of the time we play the negative what if, right? What if more bad shit happens? What if I try this and it fails? What if, like, your mindset's so on this fucking what if, so in your mind, you're killing yourself. But what happens if you actually try the what if in the positive direction? What if I tried for this opportunity and it happened? What if I freaking made this move and I became a millionaire? What if I just made this one decision and my whole life changed? And I recently just learned this what if thing, but it's exactly what I was doing when I was in my darkest time. Is what if I sold my house and I made it? What if I quit my job and I became a successful entrepreneur? What if I was able to make my dreams happen? And so I didn't understand it on those 2 first big dark moments. I didn't understand why I was making these moves. But when you do understand and when you do come across your dark moments, because the dark moments always come, they continue to come. Even to this day, they come. But I embrace them every single time and I understand them every single time. And then I ask myself, what can I learn every single time so I can use these lessons God's sending me to keep moving forward? Because they're not mistakes. Where I'm at, it's not a mistake. It's happened for a reason. It's put this obstacle in this wall in my face for a reason, for me to climb over and learn. And I truly believe that once you have that mindset that this shit's fucking happening to you for a reason, you're able to overcome it faster. You're able to grow and get to the next level faster. You're able to move from point A to point B a lot quicker. And you can live life a little bit better without having to dwell and play the what if on the negative side. So I want to ask you, when you're in that dark moment one more time, what if you were the hero? Like, play that in your head. What if you were the hero? Because now this Jonathan understands that every fucked up moment that happens, it's happening for me. So let those fucked up moments keep coming. It's going to help me get to the other side. Like, embrace the fuck out of it.
And it's funny because obviously our topic is like the right before the breakdown, there's the breakthrough.
Every single time it's a breakthrough, brother. Every time.
Yeah, like it's funny because I get these inspirational quotes that like emailed to me like every day, and yesterday's worked perfectly for this episode. It says, in a dark time, the eyes begin to see. So like when you're going through those tough times, that's when you learn the most about yourself. Like in order to grow as a person, there has to be something that happens to allow you to grow. Because if everything is working in your favor, then you're not gonna grow as a person, because you need to see what's wrong in order to fix it. If you don't think anything's wrong, there's nothing to fix, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be able to go through these tough times to help you achieve what you want to, like your eventual goals, because like you don't know what you don't know, and when you don't experience the adversity, it just like there's nothing for you to adjust yourself. Like you're not thinking about what do I need to improve on, unless you're dealing with adversity a lot of the time. I mean, there are some people that are more self-aware and they can self-reflect a little bit more about that, but the majority of the people, they have to deal with something before they can grow as a person. Just kind of like when you guys are trainers, like when you work out, you're breaking down those muscle fibers so they can grow back stronger and grow back bigger.
No, I totally get that.
Steroids.
Yeah.
Or just take steroids.
But you still need to work out with the steroids. You can't just take steroids.
I want to go plus. I want to go more than that, because once again, when everybody's in their dark moments, they don't really get why they're in that dark moment. They play victim.
There are a lot of people that play victim. Yeah.
And of course, I still play victim to this day, but I gotta check myself because I'm aware. I'm woke. It's like the fucking Matrix. Like once you become woke, you're woke. And I would have never became woke. I would have just kept going through these dark moments, and maybe something great might come out of them, maybe not, because I wasn't unaware. But I didn't put myself in a position to I am now, where these dark moments, I'm just fucking embracing the shit out of them. I wouldn't have gotten to that point though if I wasn't developing my mind, if I wasn't continuing to grow, if I wasn't putting there's certain people in my environment that were callousing my mind and strengthening my mind. And so I believe, guys, with the power of investing into your mind, shifting your mind, changing your mind, you could change your life. And until you do that, until you like intentionally are looking to get 1% better, not just physically, not just spiritually, but mentally, that's when you can be able to actually move through life and embrace the hard, because knowing that hard times create easy times. Easy times create hard times. So choosing the hard now will create easy times later. And so I truly believe that you will still go through your bullshit, play victim, and continue to play victim if you don't put yourself in the right environment to grow your mind and to not shift your perspective and to understand that these hard times were meant for you to overcome instead of they're happening to you.
Yeah, you definitely got to take charge of your situation, at least from like your mind perspective, and saying, okay, I'm not going to let this keep happening to me. Right. It's going to take a lot more. So taking charge of your future, either your marriage, taking charge of your profession, your career, whatever it is. Jonathan, you took charge, saying, you know what, I'm tired of this job. I'm going to jump into entrepreneurship. I'm taking charge, right? Chris, right? Say, you know what, I got cut from this team, but you know what, I'm taking charge. I'm going to this league. I'm gonna ball out, right?
Or pay your parents. Either
So for all of us, I think we have that choice. We made that choice. So I'm gonna take charge of my life. I'm tired of these things happening to me, right? I'm I'm not gonna, just gonna let it happen. Now I'm gonna take charge. I'm gonna do something for it. You gotta make that choice. Even if you're still gonna fail, you're still gonna have bumps in the road. But this time you have a plan. This time you have a mission. You have a goal. Right now you're not just wandering. Now you're taking charge of the wheel, right? And you're gonna hit a pothole. You're gonna have flat tire. Cool. All right, we're gonna learn from it. You're gonna fix it. Let's keep on going.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's no
enough
longer
people take
happening
it
to you;
personally.
it's happening for you now.
Yeah, when you shift that mindset, you're solid. Like you're good as
Yeah.
fuck. But once you shift that, like when you come into that hard time and you just said this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Now,
Yeah.
what can I learn from this? Oh, you're solid. Next time you come into a hard ass time, you're like, all right, what am I trying? What do I need to get from this? What do I need to get from this? And then it just completely shifts your emotions and everything. So you're not angry no more. You're not playing victim. You're trying to become a victor and take charge. But I don't think too many people take it personal. Like,
I think
you
a
gotta
lot of
get
people,
sick and
because I
tired of being
know,
sick and tired of your fucking situation to be able to make a big jump.
yeah,
Some
I
of
think
y'all
it's a lot.
fucking playing what's the word? Complacent. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
it's
working out, dude. It's crushing me.
yeah.
It
'Cause
hits
I
my
think
soul.
I think a lot of folks feel like, oh, it's I'm eventually gonna break through. Like this is gonna happen to
Nah.
me. But
Oh,
but again, but at the same time, we're accepting where we are, and then hoping and wishing that that goal is gonna strike you, by chance, and then things are gonna
fuck
change.
accepting where you are. You gotta
Right.
be sick and fucking tired of where you are so you can make a big jump. Like literally every single day, I embrace all my emotions. Every day I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Every day I want to be 1% better. Every day I'm just sick and tired of Jonathan for making one mistake. But also during that time, I want to be proud of Jonathan. I embrace all the freaking emotions that you could possibly do, but every fucking day I'm not satisfied. And I think some people are so fucking satisfied, but they're not satisfied and they're not doing anything about it. Tomorrow's not goddamn promised. Like it is not promised. Like, why are you freaking staying complacent? Right. I don't really understand what that is. Like, I'm really having a hard time and very difficulty to understand how you're just moving through life at a steady fucking pace. Tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to leave behind? Like that right there, it eats me every single day. Like I got to operate at a high level. I have to.
Yeah, and I think a lot of folks are having to have
Fight my
that
cup.
breakdown, right? You have that breakdown or that moment to where it's like, hey, there's has to be something different for me. This is not what I want out of my life. If I die today, what do I leave
What am I going to
behind?
leave behind, bro? What are
You
your
know?
kids? Are you just going to leave money
Um,
behind because money ain't going to last?
And so
What are you gonna leave behind, man? I'm trying to leave lessons. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to freaking empower my kids to go out and hunt. I'm not trying to leave money behind. I'm trying to get them to hunt and learn to thrive. And if I'm not here tomorrow, did I do my job? Like I said, I got $1 million, almost close to $1 million. If I die tomorrow, my kids are gonna be straight. But I'm not satisfied with that because I know that shit's gonna end fast. If my kids don't know how to freaking hunt, that eats me up every single day that I got to operate at a high level because I just can't freaking tell my kids to operate at a high level. I got to set the fucking standard in the culture in this household of what operating at a high level is and to never be satisfied. My son's beating me at a book. Bet need to be sure that I operate higher than you. So that way the standard gets higher. Man, that's it. I get so frustrated.
he's getting fired up. But no, 100% agree. And I think everyone operates at a different pace because we're on a different levels, different stages in our lives and our
But
journey.
don't settle for that fucking pace. Don't settle for that fucking pace, bro.
But but we do have to move forward. You can't stay in the same spot, right? You can't run circles in the same spot. Make steps forward.
Here's something tangible. Go read fucking David Goggins. You think your life is bad? Go read his life.
Yeah.
Go read his life. Don't settle. People think he's special. There's some kind of talent. There's nothing talented or special about somebody. You just got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being in the same place. Get off that ass and go to work, bro. Like, whoa, my gosh, my heart hurts, homie. while you're living a life like you got a whole year to live. Man, tomorrow's not guaranteed. You get off your ass. Levels. There's levels. Says put your reps in and you'll get to the level.
There you guys, figure it out.
Don't make it easy for them, Big. We're not special. Nobody's special. All this shit takes hard fucking work. Hard ass work.
Hey man, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. I thought you were trying to fucking everybody runs their pace. Yeah, everyone runs their pace. But man, if you put the pace in every single day, your pace gets stronger. Like I literally fight that demon every single day where I'm like deciding, like I'm here to serve and help these people get to the next level because I'm gifted with this. I'm not gifted with nothing. I worked for this fucking shit. I worked for this energy. I worked for it all. I want to help and serve. But how can I get somebody who's not moving move? Like that's like my ultimate mission. And then I have to go back and forth to, well, do I need to be the Michael Jordan? And said, fuck all that. I'm just going to help the person that was really wanting to make the move to the next level. Or do I need to bring it back down and really serve and try to figure out how to help somebody make that first step? Like that's where I'm torn. Like I'm right there. I'm like, man, nobody's fucking special. We all start at the same fucking pace. We all have the same 24/7. We all have the same amount of time.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone has the potential to be the best of what they can be.
You just gotta be sick and tired.
There's no special sauce, meaning like there's nothing that's holding anyone back. You know, everyone is created with the same, you know, the same. We're all made the same. All right, we're all flesh and blood. We're all capable of doing the same thing. Put our mind to it. Put the work in. And all that. Unfortunately, our message is it's not always gonna land on good turf. Right? Someone's gonna take it and run with it. Someone's gonna take it and throw it away. Someone's gonna come one in one other.
You gotta take it personal
though. So we all gotta I think you all have to learn that not everyone's gonna take it. Everyone's gonna take it. But like you said, maybe this message doesn't hit right now. It's gonna hit later, right? And so everyone's in different stages, but no matter what, though, we definitely, from the Duality crew, we want everyone to embrace the hard, right? And don't settle for second, for third. You know, take reins of your life. You know, fight for what you really want, and learn from your mistakes, and you know, we'll get places.
There you go, baby. Change that mindset.
Hey man, let's close this out before Jonathan breaks that damn cup. I don't know how many times he's smash that damn thing down there.
I was about to fucking eat it, man.
But good tangibles, boys.
David Goggins, go read it.
David, it is a really good book. Yeah. You your own superhero, basically, is what I've gotten that from so far.
This morning I was about to, it's like 30-some degrees outside. I was gonna run outside with the shirt off just because he ran outside his shirt off, and it made me feel inaccurate.
Double pneumonia.
It made me think to myself, like, John, can you do that? And I'm like, John, you hate the color. You're not gonna do that. I was like, I should probably do that just to see. Yeah. And it's so funny because Jeremiah came home and said the same thing to my wife. He's like, I'm gonna run outside with my shirt off.
Dang. Well,
read that damn book.
It's actually a good. I'm gonna leave people with this because he talks about the 40% rule. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, 40% rule is good. He's basically saying is when you're doing what you're doing and you feel like you're at the end, that's your governor, governor in a car. Because you're really only truly at 40%, and once you get past that 40%, you're gonna amaze yourself. Because you were born to be great, so go and do it. As always, thanks for joining us today. Till next time, peace and love.